Have you chosen your eternity?
What is up, everybody? Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We are back in the, I guess we can now call this the studio, recording this video. If you saw the Hamnet video, which lighting actually looked a lot better in that one than the Zootopia one, but if you saw both of those, I do apologize. I was traveling, but I did want to really talk about those movies because I'm like, I only talk about these movies for about 5 to 10 minutes, so I really didn't do anything to go out of the way to talk about it. But if you are used to the better lighting, which I don't, right now it's looking okay. I don't know what's going on with that, but let's hope that this looks good. So we're here to talk about Eternity. And before we do that, hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already, because we should be hitting 700 subscribers in the next day. And that will be a nice little Christmas present. We were shooting for 600 and seeming that we're bursting our ceilings, so sky's the limit. And so without further ado, let's get into Eternity. So this film starts off with Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller, who are a married couple. They're like 80s, early 90s. Very sweet, very believable. You know, they've kind of been through everything together. They've lived, I think they were married 65 years, they said. And Olsen's character has cancer, and at a family gathering of a gender reveal party, Miles Teller's character just kind of kills over and dies. Now, these are, by the way, played by 2 different actors, but it's still who they're playing. And so he gets like a pretzel stuck in his throat, ends up dying. And so he finds out once he dies that you have to pick an eternity, and you can't leave that eternity. There is no, like, God, there's no, you know, whatever. It's very business focused, like these eternity things that they do. And they also kind of start getting into some lore stuff too, because you can't swap an eternity. There's no do-overs, no travel or vacation. You pick this place that you're going to be in. So like, it could be the beach, could be a Star Trek world, whatever. And you have to be there. If you try to escape, they're going to put you in the void, which is just eternal darkness. He's assigned an AC, which stands for an afterlife counselor, who is hilarious, by the way. And she's kind of giving him a tour of all this stuff. So she thinks at the beginning that he's like very biblical. So she's like, we got Old Testament, New Testament. We got like a Satanist hell or whatever. And then they've got other cool things like the beach or like a mountain cabin eternity, Star Trek style, like I mentioned before. They have like a full-on sex eternity where you're just vibing with hot singles for all time. They have a food eternity. And it's pretty much anything you can think of. Like, they probably have a Mortal Kombat eternity. They probably have a Spider-Man eternity, right? And the movie does a really good job at making you go, okay, I know I'd get tired after like 5 days in some of these eternities. And so while it sounds fun on paper, this is a long time. You're going to be there forever. And so you're kind of just, you know, thinking to yourself, it's like, where's the emotional core of this going? So a week passes in this film where the real plot starts diving, because Miles Teller realizes that Elizabeth Olsen hasn't died yet. He's kind of waiting for her. And he finally accepts that she's not going to pass anytime soon. So he leaves her a note so she can find him when she arrives. And he picks like this Hawaiian, you know, vacation eternity. And cue the moment that she then dies and gets off the train, steps to the afterlife. And of course, they immediately run into each other. But then this is when we get introduced to Callum Turner, who plays her first husband. Her original love she was married to for about 2 years, and then he died in the Korean War after, like I said, being married like a year or two. And this is kind of where the movie hits you with that emotional slap, because she's thinking to herself, who do I belong with, right? She never really had a relationship with Callum Turner because he went to war. But as a male, this is where I started to get a little mad. I'm going to be honest with you. Plot kind of pissed me off, because acting, directing's perfect. Our choices are stupid. Because from my perspective, once again, this is coming from a male, so if you're a female watching this, you know, you're probably going to be mad. But I just feel like it's a loyalty thing. You've been married to Miles Teller for 65 years. Not a day, not a month, not a week. If she was married to him only for like a couple years, see, I feel like if they were younger, right, I feel like this would make more sense plot-wise, because the reason, by the way, why they look like they do is because you revert back to yourself at your happiness, right? So that's why you got like a lot of kids and stuff like that running around, and like hardly any teenagers. But what I really just don't understand is, I really feel like the plot would have been a lot, like it would have hammered it really home if, let's say, Callum died in a war, and 2 years later she married Miles Teller, and then let's say that they both died or something like that in a car crash or something like that. It's okay, same amount of time, right? But 65 years, raising children, living a life together, burying friends, cried, laughed, grew old together. you're not picking some man you barely knew. You're literally picking a guy that you were living eternity with until you just died. And Miles Teller's a better man to me because I would have fucking snapped. Like, we're married. Death didn't annul shit. Like, you know, get in the eternity room. I don't understand. Now, on all that aside, the performances are great. Elizabeth Olsen absolutely acts her ass off. I never really realized it from the trailers, but they are kind of acting older. Like, she plays like an 80-year-old woman in a young body, and she actually has that kind of like cadence that's really believable. And I really feel like she kills it because, you know, clearly there is a big choice in this film. You got a lot of emotional things going on, and she really sells it. Miles Teller, I feel like, is the heart of this movie. He is kind of confused, like I am, but his love for his wife, the heartbreak during, you know, the initial choice of, oh, there's somebody that could be choose that's not me. You really feel for him, but he's also very comedic. He's got great comedic timing in this movie. That also leads to Callum Turner, who plays a sweet but slightly delusional first love memory. He sells the idea that he truly waited 67 years to find her again, and it's kind of heartbreaking. And the comedy really works. I feel like this is one of A24's funniest movies. Also, speaking of them, did not notice the Apple collaboration, and so that explains why this film was so good. I think the Afterlife counselors are hilarious. The Eternity package jokes really killed me. Like I said, the whole Old Testament, New Testament stuff I thought was funny. When you see like several kids reading like Eternity and like Satanism or whatever because they reverted back to a kid body, it's just funny. The movie does a lot of things kind of wrong towards the end, and it does like the biggest pet peeve I have with films, I feel like, in the last couple of years, where it basically ends, but then it continues for like another 25 minutes. And while it's sweet, and it does give you an actual ending, it's just like, okay, I thought we already made our choice, I thought we're done, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then it goes on for 25 more minutes, right? But outside of like those two minor complaints, and the plot thing I'm not taking any points off for, it's just, as a man, I just feel like what the fuck? 65 years, right? I did love this movie. I really enjoyed it. I had a great theater experience this movie as well. Everybody was laughing. It was great. I think this is one of the better A24 films in recent years. So with that, I'm going to give Eternity a 9 out of 10. I'm going to leave you guys this question. If you guys died today, right now, and you had to pick your eternity, which one would you choose and why? And would you regret it after, let's say, 100 years, maybe even a day? And let me know in the comments down below. And if you want, like, subscribe for more. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.
What do you mean, Larry? We were together a week ago.
Well, a lot has happened in a week.